Hello and welcome to Logistically Speaking, a new podcast series for small business brought to you by UPS Canada. I'm your host, Rick Spence, and I'll be your guide as we explore the changing world of business and help you reach beyond our borders to grow your bottom line. Throughout this series, we'll be chatting with industry thought leaders, UPS experts, and entrepreneurs just like you in order to find out what it takes to run a successful business in today's competitive global markets. No matter what stage you're at as an entrepreneur, whether your business is just starting out or it's time to open a new location overseas, it's imperative that you know your market. Without researching your potential customer or supplier segment in a new market, such as India, for instance, how will you know if it's the right fit for your business? When looking at foreign markets, you also have to consider all the factors that could challenge your ability to do business. You may face obstacles such as customs, security, or cultural differences, so make sure you do your research so you fully understand your market. Hilton Karen is president of Markham, Ontario-based Coconut Grove, a producer of intimate apparel and accessories that's fast becoming a leading exporter. A Coconut Grove garment may cross as many as 10 international borders before reaching its destination. Hilton has faced his share of international business challenges, and he's here today to talk about how his company has overcome them. Welcome, Hilton, to Logistically Speaking.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, your company, Coconut Grove, certainly has international reach. What countries does Coconut Grove do business with in the course of manufacturing its products?
Mainly China, Taiwan, a bit in Malaysia, and Turkey.
Now, why do you deal with so many countries? What's behind that?
Well, China primarily on price, but there's countries that we found that specialize in certain technologies, and we have to use the best of a various industry as suits the marketplace.
How did you go about sourcing your overseas suppliers? I mean, obviously it's a big world. There's a lot of people out there. Is it a lengthy process to find the people you want to do business with?
There is a shortcut to the process by hiring a professional in the industry who has got years of experience sourcing manufacturers for people such as myself. And I highly recommend it. It is definitely a way of shortcutting the process and getting a better quality of supplier due to a relationship that has already been founded than trying to start from scratch.
And is this someone you found in Canada, or are they outside our borders?
It's outside our borders, and somebody who has traveled to these countries and has been doing business with these factories for many years.
So it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Absolutely.
What kind of challenges did you find in dealing with these suppliers? Obviously, there's distance, there's possibly cultural or language difficulties.
I definitely recommend that one starts slowly with any new supplier before going full hog with major programs. It's actually, it's a two-way relationship. As much as you have to become comfortable with the supplier, they have to become comfortable with you as a customer.
Do you have any trouble coordinating all these organizations? Obviously, they're all adding different value in your supply chain, and I presume products are going back and forth between a number of these suppliers. How do you get everyone playing from the same song sheet, so to speak?
I think it is very prudent for you to find out the nature of a country. So when you are, for example, doing major programs with retailers and there are time delays, one has to know what's going on in the country you are getting your product from, so that you can plan your time of year for purchasing, because they do have their holidays at various times of the year, and you might not be taking that into consideration for delay of delivery, and it can affect the program.
So you have to adopt a very global outlook yourself.
I think that a lot of people put a lot of time and effort into finding customers, but I think an equal amount of time and effort has to be put into the sourcing side as well.
And is this a process that's ongoing for you? Are you still looking for new organizations to deal with?
We're always looking, as you modify your program, being in the apparel business, we're always looking for what's new and the next creative hot product. We are always looking for new sources of supply or new technologies.
Now, we've been talking in a pretty abstract way for a few minutes now. Tell me how it actually works. Tell me about your product and where they're designed, where they're manufactured, where they're packaged, and where the various supply chain nodes kick in.
I'm kind of unique in my business. We do all in-house design and prototype development. And at that point in time, we will then give it to the sourcing agent, who will go to the factory that they feel will do the best production job for me. I do not buy a finished product in any form from overseas. I bring in all my raw materials to my warehouses, and I have a warehouse in Canada, I have one in the United States, and I have one in the United Kingdom. So the supplier actually does not know what label and where the final retailer is for the product they are supplying to me. I buy my packaging independent of the product, and I do final assembly in my own facilities.